Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Hey everybody, thank you for joining us on THV 11 Plus. Good Thursday morning. I'm Hayden Balgavy.
And I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm meteorologist Tracy Bean.
And I'm Ashley King. Hope you're having a good morning. Hope it doesn't feel like a really long week for you, because it does for me.
Does it?
Yes. I keep getting what day it is mixed up. Yesterday I thought it was Thursday.
You think it's a day later or earlier?
Well, yeah, I'm thinking we're closer to the weekend than we actually
really
are.
Okay,
that's
right. I think a lot of folks being off Friday, because it kind of messed me up this weekend too, because on Saturday I thought it was Sunday.
Right.
And so I think I'm still trying to figure
and
out the
I'm still
holiday.
getting used to this schedule. Yeah. And you guys come in much earlier than I do, but this is still much earlier than I used to come in. So I think maybe I'm like, second week, okay, I'm tired
And
now.
traffic hasn't been incredibly heavy.
No, it
this
hasn't.
week.
It really hasn't been bad.
Post-holiday week.
We've had a couple of days where we've seen some delays,
stalled cars,
and some stalled cars, some traffic issues. No major accidents so far. I'm not trying to jinx us.
See, it was me the other day. It's on you today if it happens
No. But I'm looking at the way that it's been, on our busy day, which was Monday, and I'm thinking about when school gets back and what it's really going to be like. So this is nice, but we can see right now the Arkansas River Bridge. Again, we were just watching that over on THV 11. I know you're joining us on our stream right now, and looks beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. We've got a beautiful drive. This is on 4:30, and traffic is moving along very nicely. We do have an accident that we are watching here on the map. This is Highway 107 near Jacksonville, traveling southbound. It is impacting the right shoulder, so it is not impacting any of the lanes right now, but we do see that is there. So you may see some delays, or you may have to move over a little bit. It may slow you down if you are traveling on Highway 107 just outside of Jacksonville. Otherwise, it looks pretty nice. The usual slowdowns we see in Bryant and heading into or towards the 430 interchange there on I-30, that we're having the usual slowdowns, but otherwise, it looks pretty nice. We can check those drive times into downtown Little Rock. From Conway, Dave Ward exit 22 minutes, from Cabot 20 minutes, and also 20 minutes if you're coming from Benton. So yeah, it looks pretty good, Tracy.
Well, so far this morning, weather, of course, has not impacted traffic, which is good, but we are starting to rack up some of these 90 to 95 plus days on our little calendar here. And Nathan keeps up with this. Thank you very much. So we are going to continue to see, again, adding a little day here and there, especially with those 95 days as we're heading into the weekend. I think we're going to add at least a couple of them. Our average, of course, is usually right around 90 degrees for the summertime. So again, just making sure you're staying hydrated. We're going to continue to see this heat. We are looking at some patchy fog. Mina is down, of course. They're a little socked in there, Texarkana, but Hot Springs looking better. Cersei's looking a little better too, but if you're heading there on Interstate 30, seeing a little bit of a slowdown as you are heading into Saline County, might slow things down just a little bit, but again, looking at just not impactful as far as the traffic goes. We are looking at a lot of this dust heading our way, and that's why we're seeing some of these very brilliant, beautiful sunrises and sunsets, and that will be the case today, and hazy conditions tomorrow as well. So we'll talk more about this dust and then what you can expect for the rest of this week. It's going to be hot, friends. Go ahead and grab that water and settle in with us, and we'll have more news and weather coming up in just a few minutes.
We begin your morning news with a dramatic rescue, a story still developing from overnight. A tunnel collapses in Los Angeles, trapping 31 construction workers deep underground.
More than 100 first responders, including urban search and rescue teams, jumping into action. Crews worked for about an hour to reach them, and remarkably, everyone made it out without any visible injuries.
The workers had to climb through debris. They had to make themselves out through, and then rescuers actually came to them to assist them out.
15 feet of dirt and debris they had to climb through, we have now learned.
The collapse happening at the $600 million Clearwater project, which is a massive tunnel being built to upgrade the aging wastewater system in LA. The tunnel stretches 7 miles and sits 450 feet below ground. Families of the workers say they know the dangers of the job and are grateful everyone is out safely this morning.
Every day that he goes in there, we don't know if he's going to come out. It's a dangerous job for anybody that goes down there. But thank God that somebody was watching over everybody, and I pray that everybody came out safe. I pray to God. that everybody made it out, him and his crew.
Investigators so far, it looks like the cause of the collapse is from the failure of the tunnel lining that's roughly 5 to 6 miles in.
More breaking news overnight. Water rescues near Philadelphia as severe weather moved through the area. Several people had to be saved from their cars after they suddenly found themselves trapped in rising water. Luckily, emergency crews deployed a water rescue boat to get those people to higher ground.
In the meantime, in the Texas flood zone, rescue teams began a 7th day of searching. Overnight, the death toll rising again to now 120 people, and there are another 172 people still missing.
President Donald Trump says he plans to visit the area tomorrow. Meanwhile, this morning, we are learning new details about the warnings that did and did not go off. Jared Hill reports.
In central Texas, a 7th day of searching for more than 100 people still missing after last week's flood. In Travis County, J.J. Jarman is still looking for his 16-year-old daughter.
I've managed the past few days since this has happened by the support of my friends.
Elsewhere, Mike Tober's mission mules carrying supplies for first responders are uniquely equipped to help navigate the terrain.
We are here from North Carolina to help them as long and as hard as we can.
Amid the cleanup, questions about the systems meant to help notify people. John David Trollinger, a former Kerr County IT director, was part of the team that installed the county's Code Red phone-based warning system. He recorded the moment volunteer firefighters requested that Code Red alert as early as 4:22 a.m.
Is there any way we can send a Code Red out to our Hunt residents asking them to find higher ground or stay home?
Standby, we have to get that approved with our supervisor.
Some survivors report getting a Code Red alert an hour later. Trollinger says his didn't come in until after 10 a.m.
Someone should have gotten up and been there to go, okay, send the Code Red.
The Kerr County Sheriff.
This incident will be reviewed. You have my word.
Meanwhile, the community, through prayer, song, and service, is trying to heal. Flags were lowered to half staff across Texas, the community cloaked in tragedy, searching for a way forward. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Water from the same system that caused the Texas floods is now flowing east down the Arkansas River, causing dangerous conditions. And experts say the issues could linger for months. The Little Rock U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has a small craft advisory in place for the Arkansas River. And at the Little Rock port, it's taking them longer to move barges, with crews having to work more carefully because of the swift current. River flows are exceeding 70,000 cubic feet per second, posing a hazard for anyone on the river.
It's just not safe to be out there right now, just because in addition to the water, you have limbs and trees and brush, and anything that's upriver that gets swept into the river is coming down at that 5-6 mile an hour pace.
The river is expected to rise to around 13 feet in Little Rock by next week. That's still well below the minor flood stage of 23 feet. Despite that, parts of the Arkansas River Trail in North Little Rock are underwater.
Now to our continuing coverage of the president's massive tax and spending bill and the local impacts it will have here in Arkansas. Among them, the state's firearm industry. Part of the new law removes a $200 tax on short-barreled rifles, along with gun silencers known as suppressors. Now, that tax in place since the National Firearms Act of 1934. That's going to be gone January 1st of next year. Nathan House, owner of the Arkansas Armory in Sherwood, says other parts of the 1934 law could soon be history as well.
That's opened the door to major challenges and major lawsuits that can then follow to eliminate the rest of the National Firearms Act potentially. So we could see some of the biggest changes since 1934 take place over the next couple of years.
Repealing the National Firearms Act would be a big win for gun rights advocates and a blow to gun control efforts. Next year, the $200 tax will only remain in place for machine guns and destructive devices like grenade launchers.
A former treasurer of an Arkansas airport board admits to stealing nearly $118,000. 66-year-old Douglas Starkey of Yellville is pleading guilty to theft and abuse of office. Investigators say he took the money while handling finances for the Marion County Regional Airport. He will avoid prison time, but must serve 6 years on probation and pay back all of the money.
A Russellville man will serve 20 years in prison for a deadly drunk driving crash that killed a 12-year-old girl. Alexander Rios Rodriguez drove the wrong way on the Fulbright Expressway in Fayetteville when he hit a rideshare vehicle head-on last January. His blood alcohol level came back at 0.13, that is well above the legal limit. This week, a Washington County judge gave him the maximum sentence for negligent homicide and battery. Well, the city of Fayetteville dealing with a housing crisis. That's the findings of a year-long investigation.
But the city may have a plan to help. The investigation finds people are moving to Fayetteville faster than newer homes and apartments can be built. In fact, right now they say there isn't enough housing to accommodate people already living in the city.
The task force behind the investigation presented their findings to the city council this week. Now they think a new hire may be just the thing to help get the housing crisis under control.
The city council just approved a new chief housing officer position. That's another thing that we as a task force are really excited about. The city has a lot of different people who work on a lot of different things, but there's not been one kind of central person that's really looking at how everything affects housing.
The task force hopes their findings will be a roadmap for future Fayetteville housing.
Time now 7:13. Let's go back to Ashley King and a check of the traffic this morning. Ashley?
Hey there, Karen and Hayden. Yeah, we're seeing some accidents. We have another one to check out right now. This is I-30 eastbound. This is the Bryant Parkway exit, and there are two vehicles off to the side of the road right now with an accident that's impacting the shoulder, so it's not blocking any lanes of traffic, although you can see it is slowing things down just a little bit. Getting a look at that accident now on our traffic cam, and it looks like law enforcement hasn't made it there. This happened just after 7, so just about 10 minutes ago. This accident happened, so I'm sure law enforcement will be there any second now. But slow down if you're about to head out and this is your route. Just keep in mind that there is an accident there. Plus, we've been watching another accident that is on Highway 107 and Old Tom Box Road. So it's right there at that intersection near Jacksonville. This is traveling southbound and impacting just the right shoulder. So not blocking any lanes of traffic there either, but it is causing some slowdowns. Otherwise, it looks like it's pretty clear across the metro. 2 accidents that we're keeping an eye on, and we'll let you know what's going on with those as law enforcement comes and clears those, and we'll let you know when that happens. Our drive times are looking pretty good. Conway, Dave Ward exit, 22 minutes. If you're coming from the Highway 5 exit in Cabot, a 20-minute drive, and Benton Alcoa exit, that's probably changed a little bit. We'll update that here in a second. I'm sure it's increased because of that accident. But Tracy, the weather not impacting things too much as far as the drive-in goes.
No, I just hope everyone's air conditioner is working, because you are certainly going to need it in the car and the house, and maybe a little fan as well. Taking a look across the city, again, we've got the Capitol, we've got the Arkansas River. It's a beautiful shot. A little hazy out there, and we'll continue to see that as we're heading into today. And tomorrow will be a little bit hazy as well. It is currently 75. We are looking at a lot of humidity. I just stepped out in the weather garden and it hit me in the face when I walked out there. So it is muggy out there. Make sure you are staying hydrated today. As far as that hour-by-hour planner, plenty of sunshine today, a lot more than we saw yesterday, but we're also going to see a few of those little scattered showers and thunderstorms, very isolated. I think most folks will remain dry today, but we're going to see that heat index value start to bump up closer to 100, maybe even a little bit more by this afternoon. So again, just make sure you're staying safe across the state. 90s for pretty much everyone, and we're going to continue to see these 90s ramp up as we're heading into the next couple of days, and the rain chances, they are going down at least for a few days. We'll start to see more rain chances bumping up as we're heading into late Saturday and Sunday as well. We'll talk about the timing of everything coming up in my forecast.